Hello there. Thanks for stopping by Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 153. And this time out, we are at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of Iron City Beer, for game number 53 of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament, which has the current Kings, the 1960 Pittsburgh Pirates, hosting the 1954 Cleveland Indians. Excuse me. Now, before we take a look at the status of the hill and get to the starting lineups, I have to address the elephant in the room, and that would be my mental error in the previous game. In the bottom of the 11th, where Pittsburgh won it, I had brought in Bob Skinner to pinch hit when he had been injured in the game. Now, he did not affect the game in a positive way for the Pirates. He grounded out. But all the same, I shouldn't have used them. Usually when I remove a player for either a pinch hitter or an injury, I usually flip the card over, to the blank side, because these are basic only cards. I didn't do that for some reason and committed the mental error. We won't call it an act of God. We'll call it an act of a sometimes absent-minded man approaching retirement age. Okay, so that's out of the way. Let's take a look at the status of the hill. All right, the 4 and 5 Pirates trying to get to 500. They're playing the 1954 Cleveland Indians, who are at 9 and 4. If the Indians could happen to win this game, they would advance to the Gaedel Cup Finals. They would be the home team, or they would have the home field advantage in a 2-3-2 rotation. I guess you can call that home field advantage. Some people would argue that. But that is their goal, of course. And we got the 57 Braves on deck with the 1950 Yankees in the hole. All right. So starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Cleveland Indians. Leading off in left field, Al Smith. Batting second at second base, Bobby Avila. Batting third, Larry Doby. He's in center. Batting fourth, Al Rosen. He's at third base. Batting fifth, first baseman Vic Worth. Batting sixth, right fielder Dave Philly. Batting seventh, shortstop George Strickland. Batting eighth, catcher Jim Hagan. And on the mound and batting ninth is Early Wynn. 1954, he was 23-11 with a 2.72 ERA and 271 innings pitched. He is a number 2 hitting pitcher, so he will get that card in the lineup. Now for the current Kings, the 1960 Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading off in center field, Bill Verdon. Batting second, Dick Groat, returning from injury. He's at shortstop. Batting third, Dick Stewart. He's at first base. Batting fourth, Roberto Clemente, right field. Batting fifth, Smokey Burgess. He's the catcher. Batting sixth, Don Hoke, third base. Second baseman, Bill Mazeroski, bats seventh. Batting eighth and playing left field for the injured Bob Skinner is Gino Cimoli. Batting ninth and on the hill is pitcher Bob Friend, who in 1960 was 18-12 with a 3.00 ERA, 276 innings of work. He is a number 1 hitting pitcher. He will get that card inserted into the lineup. All right. Friend has finished his warm-up tosses. Al Smith steps into the batter's box, and we are underway. And it's a ground ball to shortstop right off the bat, and it's an X check for Dick Groat, returning from injury. He's a 2, and we roll a 14. Alrighty. And he makes a diving stop. Fires over to Dick Stewart at first base for the 6-3 put out, and there's one away. So 1 out, nobody on. Bobby Avila, shortstop. Second baseman. Pitch from Friend. It's a ground ball back to Friend. It's an X check. He is a 2, as all pitchers are in this basic game. We roll an 11. And that one gets away from Friend. Rolls towards shortstop. And Avila's going to reach first base on the E1. That's one error for the Pirates. So man on first with one out. And center fielder Larry Doby. Pitch from Friend. And that's a strikeout for out number 2. First strikeout for Bob Friend, and there are 2 away. 2 outs, man on first. Third baseman Al Rosen. Friend delivers. And Rosen gets a hold of that and drives this to deep left field. Gino Samoli just watches it go over his head. It's way up, out of here, gone. A 2-out, 2-run blast from Al Rosen, and the Indians jump out to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first. So Bob Friend's going to get 2 fatigue points for those runs. That got out of here in a hurry. All right, bases cleared by Al Rosen, 2 outs. Pitch to Wirtz. And this is more trouble. That one's hit off the left field wall. It rolls forward. Wirtz rounds second, and he's going to slide into third with a 2-out triple. My goodness. All right, 2 outs, man on third. For right fielder Dave Philly. Here's the pitch. And Dave Philly gets a hold of this one to deep center field. Sends Bill Verdon back to the wall. He jumps up, but it is out of here. Gone. 2 home runs from the Indians here in the top of the first. 2 2-run home runs. And they lead 4-0. And there is activity already in the Pirates bullpen. 2 more fatigue points for Bob Friend. He's at 4 here in the top of the first. Well, the bases have been cleared again, this time by Dave Philly. So there's no one on with 2 outs for George Strickland. Here's the pitch. And Strickland lines that one, but right at Bill Mazeroski for the 3rd out. And that's it for the Indians, but they get 4 runs on 2 home runs. And with 1/2 inning in the books, it's the Indians 4. And the Pirates coming to bat. Bob Friend gets his 5th fatigue point. Not the start the Pirates expected from him. All right, early Wynn comes out here at the bottom of the first with a 4-run lead. And he's going to face Bill Verdon. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball to first baseman Vic Wirtz. He's going to take that one unassisted for the 1st out. So there's 1 away. That's going to bring up Dick Grote, returning from injury. Pirates shortstop. Wynn delivers. And that's a strikeout. 2 away. So 2 outs, nobody on for the Pirates. Trailing 4-0 here in the bottom of the first. And here's Dick Stort, first baseman. Pitch from Wynn. It's a fly ball to center field. It's an X check for Larry Doby. He is a 1, and we roll a 4. And against the wall, Doby makes the catch to end the inning. So the Pirates go 1, 2, 3. We got 1 in the books. And right now it's the Indians 4 and the Pirates nothing. Early Wynn gets a fatigue point. We had mentioned that there was some activity, some shuffling around in Pirates bullpen. And it's Joe Gibbon who's warming up out there. He'll be ready if needed, but right now it's going to be Jim Hegan, leading off for the Indians here in the top of the second, where they lead 4-0. Here's the pitch from Friend. This is going to be another hit. Another one down off the left field wall. Samoli's chasing that down. Hegan rounds second, and he's going to slide into third with the second triple of the game for the Indians. And that's going to bring up pitcher early Wynn. Pirates are playing the infield normal depth. Here's the pitch from Friend. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Bob Friend. There's one away here in the top of the second. Back to the top of the order for the Indians. Al Smith, left fielder. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Friend. And that's another strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Friend. And there are 2 away. That's strikeout number 3 for Mr. Friend. So 2 outs, a man on third, and Bobby Avila, who reached on an error his first time up. He also scored a run on the Rosen home run. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball back to Bob Friend. He jogs over towards first base and tosses to Dick Stewart. And that's it for the Indians here in the top of the second. So they leave Jim Hegan stranded at third base, and after 1.5, it's the Indians 4, the Pirates nothing. Bob Friend gets fatigue point number 6. First batter early Wynn's going to face here in the bottom of the second is right fielder Roberto Clemente. Pitch from Wynn. And Clemente hits that one right up the middle for a leadoff single. He makes the turn, but he's going to stay there. That brings up Smokey Burgess. Man on first and nobody out. Pirates trail 4-0. Here's the pitch. And that's another base hit for the Pirates. Clemente's going to hold at second. So we got runners on first and second, nobody out. Pirates trying to chip away at that 4-run lead here. Pitch from Wynn to Don Hoke. And Hoke gets under this one. Sky high, but over at first base is Vic Wertz. He calls off Bobby Avila, and he makes the catch for the first out. So it's first and second with 1 out. And Bill Mazeroski. Pitch from Wynn. And that's a strikeout for out number 2. Second strikeout for early. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Left fielder Gino Cimoli. Pitch from Wynn. And Cimoli gets a hold of this one. That sends Larry Doby back to the track, to the wall. It's way up, out of here, gone. And it is a 1-run game now. A 3-run home run from utility outfielder Gino Cimoli, and it is now 4-3. Early Wynn picks up 3 fatigue points. So 2 outs, nobody on. And Bob Friend. Pitch from Wynn. And Friend hits this one to left field. Al Smith. It's an X-check. Al Smith is a 2, and we roll a 4. And Smith makes a nice catch out there to end the inning. But the Pirates pick up 3 runs on Gino Cimoli's 3-run shot. And after 2, it is the Indians 4 and the Pirates 3. Early Wynn gets fatigue point number 5. Bob Friend is at 6. He's out here for the top of the third. First batter is Larry Doby. Doby struck out his first time up. This time he hits a ground ball to second baseman Bill Mazeroski, over to Dick Stewart. 1 away. Bases are empty, 1 out for Al Rosen, who homered his first time up. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, and that's a 1-out walk. Rosen trots down to first base, so he's there with 1 out. And Vic Wertz, who tripled his first time up. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for Bob Friend. And there are 2 away. 2 outs, man on first. Dave Philly, who also homered his last time up. Got to give him his RBIs. Pitch from Friend. It's a ground ball to short. Dick Groat over to Stewart. And that's it for the Indians here in the top of the 3rd. So after 2.5, it's the Indians 4, Pirates 3. Friend is getting another fatigue point. That puts him at 7. Early Wynn, who is at 5, is out here for the bottom of the 3rd. And it's the top of the order for the Pirates, Bill Verdon. And that's a leadoff double. Hit out into right field. So the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. And shortstop Dick Groat. Groat struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Wynn. And he hits that one into right field. Rosen got a good jump on that. He's going to go to third. He's held that. Whoops, that's not him. Well, no, I apologize on this here. Okay. Another mental error. But anyway, that's going to score a run to tie the game. Verdon got a good jump on that one. And that's an RBI single for Dick Groat. We are tied at 4. So early Wynn gets fatigue point number 6. Apologies for that mistake. That's going to bring up Dick Stewart. There's still nobody out. Score is tied at 4. Stewart's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for early Wynn. There's 1 away. Right fielder Roberto Clemente. Clemente singled and scored his first time up. Here's the pitch. There's another base hit for Clemente. Groat's going to hold at second. So the Pirates have runners on first and second with 1 out and catcher Smokey Burgess. Pitch from Wynn. And Burgess gets under this one. Bobby Avila is waving everyone off, and he's going to make the catch out there at second base for the second out. So there's still runners on first and second. Now there's 2 outs and third baseman Don Hope. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to second base. And it's the next check for Bobby Avila. He is a 3, and we roll a 20. And we got to roll again. And we roll a 20 again. How about that? Can we do it a third time? No. So Avila is a 3, and we roll a 3. And that is going to be one that gets by him. It's going to be scored a single. But Groat's going to hold it third. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Bill Mazeroski. Game is tied at 4. Pirates with a chance to take the lead here. Mazeroski's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Wynn. It's a catcher's card X. Hegan is a 1. And we roll a 5. And that one gets by Hegan. And Groat's going to score on a pass ball Clemente moves to third. Hoke moves to second. The Pirates lead 5-4. And the next pitch to Mazeroski, he pops it up right near home plate in fair territory. And Hegan's under that, makes the catch. So that's a pass ball. And, excuse me, that's not there. That's Mazeroski. He's going to pop out to 2 on the pass ball for the third out. The Pirates do pick up a run on that pass ball. And it looks like I messed something up here. Excuse me, they score 2 runs this inning. And now lead 5-4. All right, get your act together. Wynn gets his 7th fatigue point. Pirates are now in the lead. Things didn't look very bright for them after that 4-run top of the first. But they are leading now 5-4. As we go to the top of the 4th, leading off for the Indians will be George Strickland. Here's the pitch from Friend. That's a fly ball to center field. That's going to send Bill Verdon back to the track, but he makes the catch for the first out. There's 1 away. Catcher Jim Hegan is up next. Pitch from Friend. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Bob Friend. There's 2 outs, nobody on, and early win. Here's the pitch. And he hits a ground ball right at shortstop Dick Rote. Over to Stewart for the third out. And the Indians go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 4th. So after 3.5, it's the Pirates 5 and the Indians 4. Bob Friend will get fatigue point number 8. Early Wynn, who is at 7, is out here for the bottom of the 4th. And Gino Cimoli is going to be the first batter. Hit a 3-run home run his first time up. Here's the pitch. Inside, almost hit him, but it's ball 4. So Cimoli trots down to first base. That's going to bring up Bob Friend. Friend is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Wynn, and Friend squares to bunt. And he pops that up. Oh. Caught by Hegan, who fires down to first base. And Vic Wertz applies the tag on Gino Cimoli for the double play. So pop out 2, and then a 2, 3. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs, nobody on. Back to the top of the order for the Pirates. Not a very good bunt by Bob Friend. Here's the pitch from early Wynn. And it's a ground ball to shortstop George Strickland. It's an X check. And he's a 2. We roll a 7. And Strickland makes a nice play. Fires over to Vic Wertz for the third out. Or excuse me. Yes, for the third out. 6-3. And that's it for the Pirates. So we got 4 innings complete, and the Pirates lead 5-4. Early Wynn gets another fatigue point. That puts him at 8. Bob Friend is at 8. And it's back to the top of the order for the Indians here in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th. Indians trail 5-4. Here's the pitch from Friend to Al Smith. It's a ground ball to shortstop. It's an X check for Dick Groat. He is a 2, and we roll a 2. Off of Groat's glove on a diving attempt is going to be a leadoff base hit for Al Smith. So the Indians are in business here in the top of the 5th. It's a man on first, nobody out. Bobby Avila. Pitch from Friend. And it's a ground ball to shortstop. Groat fires over to Mazeroski covering second. They get Smith on the force, but Avila beats the throw to first, and he'll reach on a fielder's choice. So Avila's down at first, and there's one away for Larry Doby. Doby's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Yeah, he hits a ground ball to first baseman. Stewart makes a diving stop, and he's able to fire to second base where Dick Groat is covering. So they're going to get Avila on the force for the second out, and Doby will reach on the fielder's choice. All right, so 2 outs, man on first. For third baseman, Al Rosen. Rosen is 1 for 1. That was a home run back in the first inning, and he walked. He scored 2 runs in this game. Here's the pitch. That ball is high and called a ball. That's a 2-out walk for Rosen. So man on first with 2 outs, and first baseman Vic Wertz. Here's the pitch from Friend. And it's a ground ball, but right to first baseman Dick Stewart. And he's going to take that unassisted for the 3rd out. So the Indians get a few runners on base here in the top of the 5th, but can't get anybody across. So after 4.5, it's the Pirates 5 and the Indians 4. Bob Friend gets fatigue point number 9. Early Wynn is at 8. And he's going to be facing here in the bottom of the 5th. First batter is shortstop Dick Groat, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Yeah, it's a fly ball to center field. Excuse me, to right field, where Dave Philly is there to make the catch, and there is one away. So 1 out, nobody on for Dick Stewart. Pirates first baseman. Stewart is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Wynn. And Stewart gets a hold of this one to right center field. Dave Philly watches that one go over his head. It's way up, out of here, gone. And it's now a 2-run lead for the Pirates. They now lead 6-4. And Wynn gets fatigue point number 9. So 1 out, nobody on, Roberto Clemente. Clemente is 2 for 2. Here's the pitch. And this is a high, deep fly ball to center field. Larry Doby at the track, at the wall, makes the catch for the 2nd out. So 2 outs, nobody on. Pirates lead 6-4. And catcher Smokey Burgess. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to Bobby Avila down at second. It's an X check. He's a 3. We roll a 6. Nice play by Avila from his knees. Fires over to Vic Wertz. And they get Burgess by a step. And that's it for the Pirates. But they do pick up a run on Dick Stewart's solo shot. And after 5 innings, it's the Pirates 6 and the Indians 4. Early Wynn gets fatigue point number 10. Bob Friend is at 9 and is out here for the top of the 6th. First batter he's going to face is Dave Philly. Joe Gibbon is ready in the bullpen for the Pirates, should he be needed. Here's the pitch to Philly. And he hits a ground ball to second baseman Bill Mazeroski. Over to Dick Stewart. 1 away. So 1 out, nobody on. George Strickland, Indian shortstop. Strickland is 0 for 2. Pitch from Friend. And it's a ground ball to third baseman Don Hoke. Over to Dick Stewart. 5-3 put out. 2 outs. 2 outs, nobody on for catcher Jim Hegan. Hegan is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. He pops this one up. It's going to stay in the infield. Al Rosen over there at third, or excuse me, not Al Rosen. He's on the bench right now. Don Hoke is under that, and he's going to make the catch for the 3rd out. The Indians go 1-2-3 here in the top of the 6th. So with 5.5 in the books, it's the Pirates 6 and the Indians 4. Bob Friend gets fatigue point number 9. Early Wynn is at 10. They're going to try to get this inning out of Wynn, but we'll see how that goes. Warming up for the Indians is Mike Garcia. First batter Wynn's going to face here in the bottom of the 6th is Don Hoke, Pirates third baseman. Here's the pitch. And that's a ground ball to second baseman Bobby Avila. Over to Vic Wertz. And they get Hoke by a step. 1 away. So 1 out, nobody on. Bill Mazeroski, Pirates second baseman. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Not anymore. Because Mazeroski gets a hold of that one. It's down the right field line. It bounces off the wall. He makes the turn at second. Is going to slide into third with a 1-out triple. 3rd triple in this game. So he's down at third with 1 out. And Gino Cimoli, who had a big home run for the Pirates back in the 2nd, he's coming up to bat. Mike Garcia is just about ready for the Pirates. And the Indians are bringing the infield in. Here's the pitch to Cimoli. Low and outside. And that's a walk. It's the 2nd walk issued to Cimoli. Now the Pirates have runners on the corners, and that is going to be it for early Wynn. But there is going to be a double switch here. But for right now, Mike Garcia is going to come into the game. He's going to bat in the 8th spot. So he's going to bat in the 8th spot here. Or excuse me, yes. Garcia's coming in for Wynn. So his day is done. He's responsible for the runners on base. In 1954, Mike Garcia was 19-8 with a 2.64 ERA, 259 innings pitched. And he's a starter reliever. Not surprising with all those innings. All right. So Garcia is the new pitcher. But he is going to be batting in the 8th spot. A 1 and a 2. And Going behind the plate and replacing Jim Hegan, he'll be batting in the ninth spot, is Hal Narragon. So he'll lead off in the top of the seventh. The catcher, and he is a 3. All right, so Narragon's going to bat in the ninth spot for Cleveland, but he's in the game now for Jim Hegan. All right. So Bob Friend is going to bat. Now, since he's batting, the infield's going back to normal depth. There's one out, runners on the corners. And here's the pitch from Garcia, who I did not write in down here. All right, but here's the pitch from Garcia. And that's a strikeout. There's 2 away. First strikeout for Garcia. Back to the top of the order for the Pirates. Runners on the corners. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Pitch from Garcia. And there's some more runs for the Pirates because that's a base hit into left center for Bill Verdon. And that's going to score Mazeroski. And Simoli moves over to third. Now, because because Early Wynn was responsible for that run, I'm not going to give Garcia a fatigue point on that. Okay, so it's still runners on the corners, and now it's 7-4 in favor of the Pirates with 2 outs and Dick Rope. Pitch from Garcia. And there's more runs for the Pirates because that's a single right up the middle for Grote. And they are pouring it on here. Verdon's going to hold it second. Simoli's going to score. And that one does go to Garcia. So he picks up that fatigue point, and it is now 8-4. Cleveland scored 4 runs in the top of the first, and they have been quiet since. All right, so now it's runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Dick Stewart, here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout to end the inning. Second strikeout for Garcia, but the Pirates pick up 2 more runs. And after 6 innings, they lead 8-4. Garcia will pick up another fatigue point. Bob Friend, who is at 9. That doesn't sound right to me. He should be at 10. Gave up 4 runs, pitched 6 innings. So he's coming out here for this one with the 4-run lead. The first batter he's going to face is catcher Al Narragon. Came in on that double switch. So it's 8-4, Pirates lead, top of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Friend. And it's a fly ball to center field. Bill Verdon's under that, makes the catch, 1 away. Back to the top of the order for, for the Indians. And that's left fielder Al Smith. Smith is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Friend. It's a ground ball to third base. And Don Hoke is a 1 over there. It's an X check. We roll a 16. And Hoke makes a diving stop and fires over to Dick Stewart for the second out. Some nice defense over at the hot corner, and there are 2 away. It's 2 outs, nobody on. Bobby Avila. Here's the pitch from Friend. And it's a ground ball to shortstop Dick Grote. Over to Dick Stewart, 6-3 putout. And the Indians go quietly, 1, 2, 3. So as we get ready to stretch them, it's the Pirates 8 and the Indians 4. Bob Friend is going to pick up fatigue point number 11. His day's going to be done. And Mike Garcia's back out here for the bottom of the 7th. First batter is going to be Roberto Clemente. Here's the pitch from Garcia. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for Garcia, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up catcher Smokey Burgess, who is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Pitch from Garcia. And that's another strikeout. Number 4 for Garcia, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to bring up Don Hoke, Pirates' third baseman. Here's the pitch. And Hoke gets underneath this one. And George Strickland is waving everyone off out at shortstop. He's under that. Makes the catch. Pirates go 1, 2, 3. 7 complete. Pirates lead 8-4. Mike Garcia is going to pick up another fatigue point. He's at 3. As mentioned, Bob Friend's day is done. And Joe Gibbon, who's been warming up off and on in the Pirates bullpen, is going to be the new pitcher for Pittsburgh. All right, Joe Gibbon in 1960 was 4-2 with a 4.05 ERA, 80 innings pitched. The Pirates are also getting Roy Face warmed up in case he's needed here. So the first batter that Gibbon is going to face is Larry Doby. So we're in the top of the 8th. Pirates lead 8-4. Here's the pitch to Doby. And that's a leadoff single for the Cleveland center fielder. He makes the turn, but he's going to hold it first. So man on first, nobody out. And Al Rosen. The Indians have been quiet since the top of the 1st, where they scored 4 runs. Here's the pitch from Gibbon. And that's a strikeout. 1 away. First strikeout for Gibbon. Vic Wertz is next. Here's the pitch. And that's another strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts, and there are 2 away. 2 outs, man on first. Right fielder Dave Philly. He's 1 for 3. Had a big home run in the 1st inning. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out. 3 in a row to end the inning. Indians get a runner but leave him stranded. And after 7.5, it's the Pirates 8 and the Indians 4. Joe Gibbon gets a fatigue point. Mike Garcia is back out here for the bottom of the 8th. And it's going to be Bill Mazeroski, Gino Simoli, and the pitcher's spot. All right, here's the pitch from Garcia. And Mazeroski gets underneath this one. Bobby Avila is under that. Makes the catch, one away. Gino Simoli, big home run for the Pirates early in the game. Got them back in it. And they have just chopped away from there. Now leading 8-4. All right, here's the pitch from Garcia. And Simoli gets a hold of this one. Sends Larry Doby back to the track, to the wall, but he makes the catch. Just a few feet in front of the fence. And there are 2 away. So because the Pirates bench is a little short and they have a 4-run lead, Bob Friend is going to bat here. Or not, excuse me, not Bob Friend, Joe Gibbon. Joe Gibbon, Bob Friend's out of the game, is a number 3 hitting pitcher, so we got to replace that card. Almost another mental error. Caught ourselves. Here's the pitch. And Gibbon hits a ground ball down to Vic Wertz at first base. He's going to take that one unassisted. And the Pirates go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. We got 8 in the books. Pirates lead 8-4. Mike Garcia is going to get another fatigue point. Puts him at 4. 3 outs, and the Pirates will remain kings of the hill. And Cleveland will have to wait for another chance to get that 10th win. But it's not over yet. Leading off, George Strickland. And he pops this one up in foul territory. Smokey Burgess is under that. And there's 1 away. So 1 out. Nobody on. It's the pitcher's spot. Garcia's going to hit. No, he's not going to hit. That's not a smart move. Hank Majeski's going to hit for Mike Garcia. So, Majeski. Pinch hit, top of the 9th. All right, pitch from Gibbon. And that is a 1-out single. So the Indians are still alive here. And it's Hal Narragon, backup catcher. Came into this game on a double switch. Man on first, 1 out. Pitch from Gibbon. Way outside. And that's a walk. That allows Majeski to move up to second. There's runners on first and second with 1 out. And back to the top of the order. Roy Face is warming up for the Pirates in case he's needed. Here's the pitch from Gibbon. It's a ground ball to shortstop, and it's an X check. Groats a 2. We rolled an 8. And that is going to be a 6-4-3 game-ending double play. And the Pirates send the 9-4 Cleveland Indians, now 9-5. They send them a tumbling down to the bottom of the hill. They're going to have to wait a while to get another chance to get that 10th win. And Pirates go to 5-5 and remain kings of the hill. And we'll play the Milwaukee Braves in the next game. All right. Let's get some totals for you. First, Cleveland. 4 runs. All in the top of the first on Would you believe on 5 hits? No errors. Pirates 8 runs on. $11 hits. They committed 1 error. Now the winning pitcher is Bob Friend, and the loss goes to Early Wynn. Pirates go to 5-5 and remain kings. As I mentioned, they will play the 1957 Milwaukee Braves in game number 54. And the 9-5 Cleveland Indians will drop to the bottom of the hill and have to wait their turn again to try to get that 10th win and advance to the finals. And a lot could happen between now and then. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. If you hung out with me, I appreciate it. And I'll be back again in the near future with another video. And until then, take care.